Governor Akeredolu joins us from Akure live on the program. Thank you so much, Governor Akeredolu, for your time tonight, and thank you so much for joining us. I know it's a very busy period for you, and understand that you just came back from the campaign grounds. But let's hit the ground running as regarding the conversation around your ambition in getting back to office for another 4 years. Let me begin with the aftermath of the Edo governorship election, which is just a week away. It was a big blow for your party, APC, isn't it? For those who say that that may affect your chances, how do you react to that?
Well, Sean, let me say it straight away, and I hope our viewers are listening to me. One thing is certain: Edo starts with E, Ondo starts with O. Although both ends with O, Ondo has 4 letters. So Edo is quite different from Ondo, and you will see the difference when we are through. That's why I see it. It cannot affect my chances at the poll at all. And I can assure you that Edo is different from Ondo.
If you look at the factors, if you may give us a sense of why you think they are different, some of the issues that came up and what the PDP campaigned on, issues of godfatherism, the issues of resetting the system as against the norm. Are some of those issues playing out with you, considering that those who are backing you and those who are supporting you, are there godfathers behind you this time?
I mean, I'm sure you know better than most people, and everybody should know. It's just that we forget things easily. All I have is God, and I've always made this case that God is my father and no more. But when you talk about what played out in Edo, you have left out a particular thing that I believe probably played out in Edo, and that is continuity. The people, I want to believe, felt that they voted for continuity. And I expect people in Ondo State to vote for continuity. So those factors, that particular factor is always left out by many people. So people at times, they don't find it easy to run away from when you see good performance. People want to vote for it, want a repeat of it. You don't just want to, what I would call, experiment. And I believe the people of Ondo State are not going to. This is not like lottery. It's not a EJ. This is governance, and we have shown the people of Ondo State what good governance is all about. And I don't see them not voting for continuity. So if you look at that, it's very important in what we have here now. So those are factors probably that works in Edo. Everybody's taking it out, and everybody is talking about Godfather or no Godfather. All I know is God is my own father, and you know. This is the second time I'm running this election, and I've always known that God is my father.
Governor Akeredolu, if you look at the political trends in the country now, I'd like to ask you, is your party APC losing steam of support from Nigerians in the face of the trend of the events that we've seen in the past weeks and months?
Let me tell you, we are not losing stream of support. We are not losing steam. But I can assure you although we show the world that APC is still APC, we are still the party to beat in Nigeria. We are the party of the people of this country.
We seem to have lost connection with him there. In a moment, we will regain connection, but we've been speaking with the governor of Ondo State, Governor Rotimi Akeredolu. Let me also tell you that on the program tonight, we shall also be dissecting the issues surrounding the planned nationwide strike by the Nigerian Labour Congress. We understand that there is a meeting ongoing at the presidential villa with the labor union, but we'll be getting perspective on the legal matters and the plan towards that strike. Let's get back to the conversation with Governor Akeredolu. He's back with us now. He was speaking to us on whether or not the APC is losing steam politically in Nigeria.
As I said, APC is not losing steam. It's clear to me and to everybody, most of us who are in the party, we are a very strong party. You look at all our leaders in the party, and you don't throw away the weight of our leaders. They are not directly godfathers, but we have leaders, prominent leaders in this party, starting from the president to a national leader and other leaders. It speaks volume for us. We have governors, we have states, we are controlling the state. It speaks volume for what I would call APC steam, which we are talking about. So for me, APC is on ground, although it's just not probably the right place for us for what happened in that election. But no doubt, I can assure you, Ondo State will make the right statement to confirm the fact that APC is still a party to beat.
You've been in office, Governor Akeredolu, for the last over 3 years now. How would you convince the people of the state to vote for you yet again?
You need to be here. You need to travel around the state here. You need to see the work we have done, or the work that God has enabled us to do, because I don't want to take credit for all the things we did. The work that God has enabled us to do is enough. I mean, when we go out, even there was a time I got some what I would call Hausa, Seriki Hausa, all of them came all over the state. And when I listened to them, when they said, it's only a blind man that cannot see the work we have done in these 3.5 years. What we have done in 3.5 years, no government, and I'm saying it, no government has ever done it. We promised what we call massive infrastructural development. And what we have done in terms of infrastructure, in terms of road, in terms of our schools, in terms of health, it is massive. Particularly, you have to travel around the nook and crannies of this state from north to central to south. You will see our imprint there that will be there for life in terms of road construction. So we have done well. I want to trust the people that they are there to judge us. And I said so in some campaign, if you have not seen the good work we have done, then don't vote for us. But if you see what we have done and you appreciate it, then go vote. And I'm sure that the people on those states are people who not only educated, they are people who have political understanding and they know what is good for them. They want to take a decision. It's not all this coloration by other politicians who go around and tell lies, but the people can see our work. Is it from road in Ikare, the Okela, Bujuto, coming to the central? So many roads here in Akure, so many roads in even roads in Okitipupa. Is it the Redemption Bridge? Is it infrastructural development? Those are infrastructure. Are we talking about industrial development? Since Papa Jashin left Ondo State, no other industry. Today, we have about 7 thriving industries. And I remember Mr. President came to open the Ondoli Industrial Park. It's something there that people are proud of. People are happy. And since Ondo State have been, and since Nigeria has been, we had bitumen deposit, second largest we claim in the whole world. It has never been explored. Exploration has started in our own time. We have facilitated all this so the people can see our good work. And I think that will speak volume. That is what will inform our re-election.
Governor Akeredolu, you promised the people, because I remember that after the election, I had a sit down with you, and you told me that your people will enjoy massive employment. How many jobs do you think you have initiated or provided for the people since you got into office? Can you give us numbers?
Since you got into office, if I want to give you number, I'm sure that those direct employment, you know, and those who are indirect, I hope I'm still clear. I'm still, but I don't know. But what I want to say is that when you call it direct employment, we have employed about 2,000 people, if not more. We have employed several doctors. We're employing teachers. We have employed, and in the industries we have now, have employed thousands of people. Like the cassava to ethanol industry have in place, the direct employment is about, they have over 4,000 people direct who are now bringing cassava daily for the industry. So this will tremendous of employment. Instead, we have done them. We have 400, for instance, graduates employed in our new Ondo State Internal Revenue Services. Graduates, we've employed doctors, over 400, have employed teachers. So all put together, when you add them, so those who are industries and co, I'm sure that as of today, we are closely to 4,000 people.
Let me quickly take up some issues, political issues with you. What has happened between you and your very good friend that you have been friends for several decades, your predecessor, former Governor Olusegun Mimiko? Is your friendship still very much intact?
I doubt that. I took him as a friend, but for me, and I must make it clear, I am not somebody that hide my feelings. For me, he's a bogus enemy. So that is established now, and reference to him as my friend would probably not be right. To me, he's a bogus enemy, and it remains so, I think, for life. It's better for us to separate and go our separate ways, because with friends like him, you don't need an enemy. So it's not issue of politics. You don't play politics. You don't play this high level of betrayal. It is not what you need in politics. So for me, I'm not interested in his politics. If he thinks he's playing politics, he's fooling himself. But for me, I'm human, and I want to have somebody as my friend. And I can tell you, there are two of them. For me, today, they're my bogus enemy, and they will probably remain forever. I don't want reference to him as my friend. Mimiko is not a friend.
You said there are two of them. Who is the other person?
Well, there's no need for me to start mentioning him here. But if you want to, I tell you, there's one man who was a former chief judge here. It's one called one Justice Sende Kumi. To me, both of them are bogus enemies, and my mind is made up about them. I'm not going to change, and I hope God, will forgive me, because they have decided, they chose a path to think they can stab me at the back, but I'm going to survive it. I can tell them, whatever, if they're listening to me now, the two of them, I will survive it, and they will regret the action for life.
Governor Akeredolu, I remember that about 4 years ago when I had the interview with you, and I asked you if you're going to be checking the books of your predecessor at the time, and you said there was no need, that you were going to look forward. That's what you said to me. Do you regret that action or that decision not to look and review what has been done by your predecessor?
Oh, sure. Clearly, I don't regret it in the least. It's just my nature. It's the nature. I mean, what do I want to gain from going on the books? I have a lot of work to do. I drew a line under, and I started my work. The work he left behind, I started completing them. The debt he left behind, I started paying. Even the debt, the claims the government was owing him, I paid him. So for me, all I have to do is what I've done. If it comes another time, it repeats itself, I will do exactly the same thing. It is just my nature. I'm not cut out for that. I'm not cut out to hunt or witch hunt anybody. So for me, as I told you that time, I maintained it. I never looked at that. I drew a line and I started my own work. What he left, what he couldn't do for his own predecessors, I did it. His predecessor left a university, he abandoned for 8 years. He left another university. I've brought that university to a level higher than what he left it. And I'm going to continue. I will ensure that the University of Medical Sciences in Ondo, which he put in his own town, I will ensure that that university gets to be one of the best medical university in Africa. I will do it. I'm committed to it. Not because of him. I won't because of him just change. But for me, it's the nature. He has his own nature. And that's why, for instance, at times, I don't begrudge him, really. It's the way it's created. It's created to be someone who cannot be relied on by anybody. So it's all right by me. So I have never relied on him. So with me and him, it's all ended. So I'm moving on. Let him move his own way. I go my own way. We get to, by the time we get to heaven, we decide if he ever makes it.
It does look like what you described here, Governor Akeredolu, is totally different from what your predecessor, Mr. Mimiko, he said that you have refused to continue with the project that his government started or were known for in terms of health, in terms of education. In fact, this is the way he described your government, quote, a disappointment and anti-people.
Well, he is entitled to his own opinion. And I want to thank you, Shem, for bringing this up. The people of this state will decide which government is anti-people. Is it a government that sacked over 10,000 people? A government that laid off several people for no just cause in the university of Adekunle University in Akumba, and we reabsorb them? Is it a government that laid off so many people in the Professor Giver Protective and we reabsorb them? The people are there to bear evidence of whether or not we are anti-people. He said his program on health. What program did he leave on health? Please, the facts are there. Facts and figures, we have them to prove that we have surpassed him on any other, on other issues. Health, what did he do? You created Mother and Child in 2 places. We expanded it and added 5 more so that people can have access. You are here, you are a medical doctor. You didn't know how to establish what I would call contributory health scheme. We came in here, we established contributory health scheme. What program did he do in health? Nothing. This man, that is his life. He's politicking. Today, we have the contributory health scheme where we are sure our pregnant women, the children, and those who are vulnerable are treated for free. So what is he saying? What is the program he left behind? We have surpassed him. And if he's talking about university, and I can say it, you can probably go and interview the immediate past vice chancellor of the university. I've been at a program when he said the university established that we have done greater than him. We established a university, there were no programs were not accredited. We got over 15 programs accredited for that university. What has he done? He's done nothing. It's unfortunate that he can go out and be lying, but it's his trait. He's used to it. He can do that. But we are not bothered. I'm not going to lie. University of Medical Sciences, today we are building 2 500-bed hospitals, teaching hospitals. One in Akure, one in Ondo. Did he do it? What is he talking about? This man has done nothing. He has only wasted the 8 years of this state, only for him to come here and think he can boo-boo and start talking trash to people. And I can say to him that we have done better than him. Today, we are making Ondo town as a medical corridor. We have established today a school of public health in Nebolondro. Did he do anything like that? We today turned the school of nursing into college of nursing. Did he do anything like that? What did this man do? He didn't do anything.
Governor Akeredolu, let's take a breather. Well, when we come back, we will continue our conversation and perhaps get to wrap up with a few questions with Governor Akeredolu and the governorship election in Ondo State on October 10th. But let's take a break. Up next, we'll also be looking at the federal government meeting with the leaders of organized labor in the bid to stop the planned nationwide strike action. Plus, there have been legal moves to stop labor unions from downtooling. We'll dissect that after this break. Join us again, everyone. Thank you so much, everyone. Let's get back to our conversation with the governor of Ondo State and a candidate of the All Progressives Congress, APC, in the October 10th governorship election in the state. Thank you so much, Governor Akeredolu, for your time tonight. Let's continue our conversation. And, well, for example, Mr. Mimiko said that you've hiked school fee. And let me quote his words. He said, this government that hiked school fee is a bad government. Akeredolu's government is an enemy of the people. Anybody that votes Akeredolu is selling his children's future. Any government that does not make health free is your enemy. Those are his words. Why did you hike the price of tertiary institution and health services?
Well, I don't know about hiking the price for health services. That has not existed in a time. In fact, we have made health more as
We seem to be having some difficulties there in the connection with Governor Akeredolu. As soon as we are able to get back to him, we will try to wrap up the conversation. Governor of Ondo State and the APC candidate, Governor Rotimi Akeredolu.